And now, here's your host of Shaping Success, Wes Tankersley.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Shaping Success. I am your host, Wes Tankersley. This is the Wednesday show, but you know what? The Wednesday show is not going to happen this week, so we're going to actually put this one out on Monday. I didn't have a guest this week, and so I am going to do a little talkie with myself. If you can do me a favor, though, before we get started here, please go to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Help other people know that we're here and that we're trying to build something that can show others that success is determined by you. I interview great people from all over in all different walks of life to talk about how success is created by them. They're the ones who are in charge of that, and that's how it works. So please, again, like, share, review, subscribe. If you're listening to this right now on the podcast, hit share. Go share it to your Instagram story, share it to your Facebook page. Help other people see what is going on with Shaping Success. If you like some gear, if you like some stickers, if you like some shirts, some hats, things like that, I've got those. Please let me know. DM me. I'm working on getting a store up, but I do have those things, and you can purchase them from me through PayPal or Venmo. So I want to talk to you about a couple things, again, about success. John Wooden, someone that I really look up to and have read his books and listened to, and over the years been involved with, because, he was a coach for UCLA. Coaches are the people who have made a difference in my life, and I really look up to them. I often find that I think that my football coaches in high school and baseball coaches and things like that were actually using some of the things that Wooden did, some of the things that Bill Walsh did, some of the things that all these coaches have done to, create success throughout with their teams and things like that. So I wanted to talk about a couple quotes today. I wanted to talk about this quote from John Wooden. It says, "Success comes from knowing that you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming." So it's funny how a lot of times, often people will say that life is what is given to you. You can't change it. Your circumstances dictate that. They tell you who you are. I made a big change in my life about 40 days ago. Actually, today is day 40 of exercising every single day. I haven't had a drink for 3 weeks. Not that I had a drinking problem, but I thought, hey, I'm going to see how this all works out. I need to lose some weight. I had like a glass of bourbon at night, and every single night. And so I was like, you know what, let's just take that away for a little while, which was tough because my friend Jay and I do this Wednesday show called One Drink Wednesday. And I had to actually say, hey, I'm drinking water. I'm trying to take a month off. I want to see what's going on. I want to see if it helps me to lose some weight. Now, I don't know if that's, the case, but I also realized that I don't need to have alcohol every single night. And that's all there is to it. And it's not like I was drinking it in excess or getting blackout drunk or anything like that. It's just that I like the taste of bourbon, and I don't really ever get a buzz from it. I don't ever really, get the benefits of what people, I don't even know if it's a benefit, but what people think, So I stopped that. I actually hitting in on a diet. So riding my bike every day for 30 minutes. Saturdays, I try to go on a long ride outside, because inside is monotonous, but I do it, and it's become second nature. I go to sleep in workout shorts and a tank top. So basically all I have to do is grab a pair of socks, throw my shoes on, get on the bike, and go. It's been really helpful for me to do that. And I think that a lot of people need to realize that that's what you have to do if you're trying to make something a habit. Make it as easy as possible to do that. It's funny, I was watching Mr. Baseball last night, and if you guys have ever seen it, it's a great baseball movie with Tom Selleck. It's, I don't know, from the 90s maybe. I'll have to go look and see what year it was made, but he actually got shipped off from the Yankees to Japan to go play baseball in Japan, and had to learn how to become a new baseball player with them. He was swinging the bat, and he was missing this one pitch, shuto, what they called it, which was basically like this fastball. But he ended up, at one point, he was over there just kind of making fun of the culture and the way that they did things for baseball in Japan. And then next thing you know, he ended up being a friend of the person who, or the coach, and they were going to lose their job if they didn't get it together. So he started working out, and it was funny because the guy would come knock on his door, and the first time he knocked on his door, he gets out of bed all, like tired, wiping the sleep out of his eyes, and he's in his underwear, and And the guy's outside, it's time to go. So he had to go back out and get dressed. So they keep showing this progression of how it's working. And then finally one day he ends up, he's sitting in bed, ready to go with all his gear on to go out and go exercise. So it's very helpful to do that. But that's what I've been doing. So, you think about like rearranging a schedule, because I'm a very regimented person, and I have basically taken an hour out of my time that I used to sit there on my iPad and play games. And now I'm starting to even wonder why I have an iPad, because I don't necessarily need it, because that was really all I was using it for, was to play games. So I'd do that for an hour, drink some coffee, and just kind of do that. So I rearranged my schedule. And instead of going downstairs and doing that, the first thing I do is put my socks and shoes on and go ride the bike. When I get done, I make my pot of coffee. I have a cup. I go take a shower, to come down, do my work after I'm done showering and all that stuff. So it's changing the regimen. Now you sit there and you act and you say, hey, there's not enough time to do that. Everyone doesn't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. Well, I want you to think about something. Okay. So say you work a 40-hour job, and that's a normal job with no overtime, right? So we have 24 hours in a day, right? So 24 times 7 is what? 168 hours, okay? So you spend 40 of those hours working, okay? And let's say you get 8 hours of sleep and you spend 40 hours sleeping. You have 88 hours left in the week. Now, some people have a second job. So even if you worked 80 hours, right? Which, who the hell does that? And if you do, I'm sorry that you have to do that to make ends meet. But you still have 48 hours left. So what are you doing with that time? There's no excuse of, I don't have time. I think that's complete bullshit. David Goggins, was someone who brought that to my attention. I was listening to his book, and if you haven't read You Can't Hurt Me, you definitely need to do that. But the fact of the matter is, again, we're going to say this quote: success comes from knowing that you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming. Okay? So what that means is you have to do everything that you can possibly do to make it work. Now, you can sit there and you can complain and you can say, my parents didn't have money, I'm poor, I'm this, I'm that, and you have an extra 88 hours to do something and you're not doing anything with it. You're sitting in front of the TV, like I was, sitting downstairs, spending an hour out of my day that I could be exercising. An hour out of my day that I could be exercising, playing a game, and drinking coffee. So am I really contributing to my success if I'm not doing the things that I need to be doing? If your parents don't have money, does that mean that you can't go to college? Does that mean that you can't get a job? Does that mean that you can't do this, you can't do that? There's a lot of programs out there for people who come from a poor neighborhood or from a poor family that get free money to go to school. I mean, this could even include getting the meal plan. So you have a meal, they give you work. They give you a job to make money. They do all these things for you. So the success is really all between your ears. It's you. It's all you. It's all in your mind. So I want you to think about that. Think about how you are contributing to what it is that is making you successful. Are you doing everything that you possibly can to become the best that you are capable of becoming? If you're not, well, then we got things we got to do, right? We've got work we've got to have. It doesn't matter what that goal is. It doesn't matter what that goal is. One of the quotes that I'm reading right here from David Goggins right now is, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done. So if you have a goal and you set out to do it and you don't stop until you're done, not when you're tired, but till you're done, it's going to be successful and you're going to make it work. It's a tough one. I understand. I get it. One of those things is that you have to have integrity with yourself as well. A little bit of a story that I had the other day. I was riding the bike. Okay. So alarm goes off at 5:00. I go downstairs, throw my shoes and socks on, get on the bike, start spinning. Actually the alarm didn't go off. That's the story. The alarm did not go off. I got up before the alarm. I got up like 10 minutes before the alarm went off. So I went downstairs and put my shoes on, socks on, got on the bike and started spinning. Well, my alarm goes off. I had set the timer on my phone, but my alarm to wake me up had gone off. And I thought, oh, I'm done. Wow, that was quick. Go inside, start making coffee. the timer goes off. I'm like, oh, shit. Well, I promised myself that I was going to go 30 minutes every single day on the bike, but I had time left, and I didn't realize it because the alarm went off. So I had two choices, right? The choice was I could go out there and get back on the bike, or I could say, screw it, I'll do it tomorrow. What do you think I did? I went back out and I got on the bike. And it was because I thought in my head that I couldn't live with myself saying that I was going to do something and then not doing it. So think about that. What kind of integrity do you have? Are you willing to do it no matter what? Because you said you were going to do something and you want to be a person of your word, or are you just going to say, I'm going to phone it in. I'm not doing it today. These are things that you have to do. These are things that you have to do. You cannot be good at what you do by not allowing things to happen, by not doing the things that you said that you were going to do, by not working on the things that you set out to do. It's not that hard. Greatness pulls mediocrity into the mud. Get out there and get after it. So what does that mean? So there are people who are challenging to do things, and the person, it's like survival of the fittest, right? The person who is willing to do the most work is going to be the one who wins, right? And I think that the biggest thing that we do, and I talked about this in a last episode, competing with yourself, is that we always put ourselves next to someone else, but we don't ever challenge ourselves to be better. So if your goal is to beat someone in a race and you beat them, is that it? Is that the end all be all? Are you always striving to be better? Because you may have beat that person, but did you beat your personal time? Did you beat whatever you set out to be? You must be willing, even when you reach that goal, to keep moving forward. You don't know it all. You've never been there, and you need to know what it's like. So challenge yourself every single day. Challenge yourself to be better. That's all there is to it. Those are the things that I have to say. Those are the types of things that go through my mind. I think that we have to challenge ourselves to be better every single day. If that's reading a book, if that's riding another mile, if that is doing a little bit more to be better every single day. And that's the thing. It's up to you. Your circumstances do not dictate who you are. Your circumstances do not define you. You have the choice. The choice is yours to be better or to stay where you're at. The choice is yours to wallow in your sorrow or to get your feet back on the ground and get moving. And this is no matter what you're planning on doing. No matter what you're planning on doing. You must be willing to drive to be the very best you can ever be, no matter what. I hope that this finds you in a good place. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, wes@westtankersley.com. Follow me anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Check out the YouTube channel. Again, please make sure that you subscribe. If you can't buy anything, that's okay. I do have the merch, but if you can't buy anything, the best thing that you can do to support me or any other creator is to subscribe, review, listen. It doesn't cost any money. So as you go throughout your day to day, remember to do the best you can no matter what. Do the best of your capability. And until next time, I challenge you to find the shape of your success.